I said wave goodbye.
What is up, everybody? This is TJ from Just Plain Filthy, and I'm here again with Mike from the Rapid Cycle, and we have a special little video. Many of you know that I run a semi-successful page on the side. I've ran it since 2013. It's called The Indie Movement, where we all sorts of news, notes, and posts, and all this great stuff for independent wrestling. So my life has been fully immersed in this world of just insanity on the underground wrestling circuit. But some people, like Mike, aren't that well versed in all this. Mike, you want to give them what you know?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm kind of your basic bitch in that sense. So I've always been like a WWE fan. Like it kind of, as I got a little bit older, went on and off. Like around like I want to say around like 2010 or 11, like they kind of lost me for like a good number of years where I just like straight up didn't give a shit because the product was just garbage. And
yeah.
What was I gonna say? And then honestly, my father-in-law would watch the pay-per-views and stuff when I wasn't really watching it anymore, and then it would be on and I would just stumble in and like he'd be like, oh, I'm watching fucking Money in the Bank or whatever, and I was like, oh, I mean, at least the pay-per-views are usually better matches, so like let me at least check that out. So that's kind of like how I got back into it, and I basically I would start watching the pay-per-views, then occasionally I would watch Raw, and then eventually I was watching Raw every week, and then whatever. And then I kind of dialed back again, and kind of at this point, like I follow it a lot, like online. Like I don't watch the weekly shows super often. I usually watch the pay-per-views. Although now the whole thing with Peacock, I don't fucking know what's going to happen with that. But Mania was fine, but I expect it to be a shit show. And then I'll, read and watch stuff like news related and whatever. But I also recently somewhat got into AEW, so I saw their last pay-per-view with that fucking ridiculous match with Kenny Omega and Jericho, right? I'm saying it's
Jon Moxley.
Jericho. I'm a fucking idiot. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah.
Anywho, but that pay-per-view was wild, and then I've probably seen 5 or 6 episodes of Dynamite at this point, but it's great. I mean, they're putting on weekly shows that fucking are like WWE pay-per-view shows. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like their weekly show. And the storytelling seems to like a lot better, or at least from what I've seen. Like I said, I haven't watched like consistently week after week or anything. But I mean, there's a few things that could use like a little work, I think, but overall, considering how recent it still is. I mean, I know it's been like a few years, but like it's still, I mean, in the grand scheme of things versus say WWE
very new
fucking ever, it's brand new. So so that's been really cool to see. And then obviously they have some familiar faces, so that makes the transition easy, even though they have like different names and shit. I know I saw like Neville, I saw fucking Rusev, I saw people like that. I know, like I said, I know they have different names. I know Rusev's like Miro or something like that. I don't know.
Yep, that's Miro now.
Neville's name is now.
I believe it's just Pac.
Yeah. Nope. That sounds right.
Yeah.
But anyways, so that's kind of where I'm at, and like I said, I watch the pay-per-views and stuff, and I'm kind of in the phase currently of kind of reeling back a little bit with WWE again. I don't know. It's just honestly, ever since like the whole dynamic change with COVID, I've been less interested. I mean, I still tune into the pay-per-views, but all in all, I've kind of
the energy is just not there anymore with no crowd to feed off of.
No,
it's just so different.
And like Mania was like cool for the fact that people were there and stuff, but like it's still like, I don't know if it's like what it is, but part of me was like it didn't feel like real yet. I don't know if it'll take like a few more, or like maybe next year's Mania or something will feel like more real, or I don't know. But like for me personally, like I don't know, I just wasn't as like enthused as normally would be. I don't know.
Well, with these videos that I'm going to be showing you, you'll probably know some of the faces, but majority of it you won't know at all. Okay. I have GCW Spring Break that we have queued up here, which was the day before WrestleMania this year. I watched it. I struggled to stay awake for all of it after watching 3 pay-per-views earlier on in the day. It was a rough time. But there's a few familiar faces. I will just say straight up, there was a couple surprises from people in other promotions. So you'll see that later on. I'm pretty sure they have all that in there. And the PWG has a lot of people from AEW and NXT, and some people who recently got called up to WWE. So you might see some familiar faces from there too. But we're here to get some genuine reactions, and this is your first dive into the world of independent wrestling. Besides the couple clips that I threw your way and just blew your mind when you saw them.
Can I just touch on that really quickly before we jump into it?
Because
it's insane. So I believe, and correct me because you would know better than me, but I believe the move was called a shooting star cutter.
Yeah, he went off the top rope to a shooting star with a slight turn, caught the guy on the way down, and gave him a diamond cutter. It was insanity.
You sent it to me so passively and nonchalant, just didn't even give me any context. Just sent me the video. Oh, wrestling. I'm all right, let me see what this is. I saw it and I had to watch it 4 more times. I was there's no way this is real. This is fucking insane. So that was sick. So I'm really excited. So, but let me full screen this bish and we'll get started with the first one. So GCW
this is
Spring Break.
Yeah, GCW Spring Break. This was nothing but insanity. I don't know how too in-depth they get with this highlight video, but I know that every match has been documented in this highlight video.
All right.
So we'll have something to go off.
Let's
fucking go.
Wait, what? Is that what? I'm confused. Since when?
Both these people are Charlie just had his 18th birthday a couple of months before this, and Billy Starks, I believe, was also 18 at the time, just turned 18.
Oh. I like the music going with it. It makes me feel. Is those just literal doors? They just don't get them.
Yeah, they don't use tables too much in GCW. They use doors. This was a 6-way Lucha Libre tag match. Yeah, you're gonna lose your mind with some of this. Me and my wife were watching this, and our minds were blown. This is only the second match, too. No, the third match.
Oh, he just stepped on him, bro. Just fucking.
What the? I missed that part. That was insanity.
What the fuck? I'm sorry. What the fuck was that? That was insane.
Oh, this was a great match.
That was Now, this is going to show my ignorance with this stuff. But I know there's strong style where they hit harder and stuff like that. Is that what this is?
There's elements of it.
That's insane. That was the highest fucking class I've ever seen.
Okay, this match was insanity, and you might cringe a little bit.
Oh my god. I am That's like, let's see who can die. Jesus, oh.
These are two sponsored athletes from Just Plain Filthy back in the day.
That's sick. You gotta be a hard motherfucker. That's crazy.
The guy in the white is one of my favorite indie stars right now. Lee Moriarty.
Dummy. Oh, God. Oh.
And Joey Janela, you know him from AEW.
I think so.
Teams with Sunny Kiss.
Honestly, I haven't watched it consistently enough to know a lot of people's names.
Okay.
If I'm being totally real with you. And I'm bad with that anyways. Half the time I can't even remember everything. Like, unless they've been around for fucking ever. Like, that's
Yeah, me and my wife love Effie, the guy in the fishnets.
I didn't even realize he was wearing this. Oh. Came in up.
Oh, this was the main event.
What is it?
It's like a 2-year build. It was a 2-year build to them, and they've been ducking each other, and now it's a death match for the world title. Okay, but then...
Yo! Okay. Alright. Okay, that's pretty sick.
So, the end thing. Let me elaborate a little bit on the main event. Okay. The main event was Nick Gage versus RSP. RSP won the title from Nick Gage a while back from some shady bullshit that happened, and he defaced the original GCW championship, spray painting his initials over the championship belt itself. Then he got a new belt made that just had his initials up at the top of it, and the bottom said the company's name. Okay. He's been defending and holding on to that title for nearly the last 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Nick Gage finally got his opportunity to get back at RSP, and they all culminated of a 2-year build and the main event. And at the very end, Nick Gage won, got the new title, spray painted MDK, which stands Murder, Death, Kill, and he put that over the old title, got rewarded a new title, and then Jon Moxley came out and laid him out to end the show.
That's hard as fuck.
Yeah, it was insanity. I screamed in my apartment.
You fucking...
Exactly. Yeah.
Man. All right, let's get this next one. You got me all riled.
Yeah. So the next one, this was right from when David Bowie passed. It was like a month later.
Okay.
So they named the show Bowie. It's not hardcore like the other stuff was. There might be a hardcore match in this. I don't remember. But it's mostly just insane, high-flying, high spots, just really inventive stuff. Okay. I think you're really going to pop for a lot of this.
Okay, let's get it. Pop this guy open, and here we go.
Oh, no. Trading body slam attempts. Who's going to get the best?
I just like the way I said it.
Excalibur from AEW is the only commentator for this company.
Evenly matched.
Really?
Yeah.
I just like the way that guy. What the fuck? Yo, that's Adam Cole, isn't it? Oh, and that's Drew McIntyre. That guy looks familiar.
Roderick Strong.
Kick. Oh,
Yeah.
God, hello.
The back strength is insane.
Oh, look at
Just right into it.
Both former employees of WWE, but now Trent works in AEW.
A caught. Oh, he caught him. He caught the tope. Caught hello. Oh. Trent going up the top. Hero rolls through. Oh. Trent rolled up Hero. Hero steps over. Pulls him in. Oh.
Ooh, perfect pile driver.
Oh. Got Hero hooked.
And the Dude Buster.
His head?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh, cover that man.
Down that. There's been some weird stipulations, but you never know.
Oh, Mark! 50! Standing to the middle rope. Oh, the Phoenix Splash! Standing! Laces him up and under. Oh! Oh!
You'll see more things that you don't normally see from Adam Cole in this match.
Winning streak.
Flipped him right out.
Beautiful! Animal Sunrise, the Canadian Destroyer! Springboard! Shooting Star, Jesus Christ!
That's it.
Yeah, you have unorthodox offense from Trevor Lee, and you have like the technical wrestling from Zack Sabre.
Around Trevor Lee like he's a jungle gym. He did 7 different things. And look at that! Swings right into the DDT. Sensing
This is a great transition.
Trevor powers him. Oh!
And Muscles fucking mushroom stomped him. That's Uno from the Dark Order.
Team anymore. Oh, look at this.
Oh!
Oh, look at this. He's
I could feel that.
That gave me back.
What does Uno have in store? Middle rope tombstone.
That's like the tombstone on steroids.
Drew McIntyre versus Roderick Strong, world title match. Both guys who are in the WWE right now.
McIntyre's sick. I'll die on him.
Oh! DDT! Gibson driver! Oh my God! Oh! We're gonna see it again! Tombstone! Come on, he's not gonna hit him with the. Oh! Got him up! Adam Harding! What? Roderick Strong!
He just killed him with that Kill Switching Gage song title.
Oh, look at that! Zack Sabre!
No, that's Zack Sabre Jr. coming in.
Oh, that's someone ran in. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, so that match was amazing, and I wanted to see it. Like, I wanted to get that DVD when it came out, but unfortunately, around the time that came out, I already bought, like, the whole Battle of Los Angeles 3-night event. So I got, like, every one of the DVDs, like, for each night, and I was like, I spent way too much money on that.
YOLO.
Yeah, But I mean, it's a great match. A bunch of great matches, a great event overall. A lot of familiar faces.
Crazy.
This one, I don't think it's as funny, but it's definitely some good stuff.
Man.
Yeah. What are we going to do now? What are we going to do? I think it's when everybody from like the indies got signed to like the WWE. So they had to like get all these new people to come in.
Oh.
So I think that's what this is for.
Okay. All right.
So dive into this one too.
Game over.
I'm ready.
Man.
Shouting his own name. Oh.
Doesn't matter, really.
Yeah.
Adam
Mixed
Cole
feelings
giving
about
up,
it. I don't know how I
giving up Mount.
Just having a laugh. Look at him,
feel.
having the
Most of me
time of
wants
his
to
life.
hate him, but like he's nasty.
Young Bucks. Ray Phoenix. Matt Riddle. War Raiders. O'Reilly.
People just put
Keith Lee.
Keith Lee's singing.
Superman. Oh!
Go for the animal kick. Wow.
If there was no fans here, you'd hear echoes.
Second. Springboard, double springboard. Oh, Rush held on. Couldn't hit the Spanish fly.
Charges in.
There's the Spanish fly of his own.
Leo Rush goes over the top. Reach fast. Hook on Rana.
Springs up.
The cartoon dust storm.
Leo Rush.
Ooh.
I just don't understand why he wrestles barefoot. I know that's one thing I definitely don't like. It bothers me. I just think you mean to tell me he doesn't got
Dr. Bomb. You gonna take him up? Riddle counters immediately. Brian Buster
Coming down hard and Cole. Oh, wizard to the back of the shoulder.
throw it asleep. German of his own with a.
Jeff Cobb, nasty. I love Jeff Cobb.
Hit him with
Holy moly! Pando here.
Exactly.
Got him off of his feet. Unreal.
Jeff Cobb is what happens when you do a creator wrestler, then you just max out all the stats.
Pounds. Whoa!
such a good analogy.
Look at the strike. Power.
My man's doing flips and shit, like, throwing around.
Yeah, this is just going to be straight hard hits all around.
The bigger
But
guy,
Kyle O'Reilly has a mind of his own.
like 8 trains.
Knee strike. Wow. Inside.
Okay, I can see that, yeah. It's less hairy.
Yeah.
Oh, O'Reilly. Look at that. DT rolls through, hangs on to the chancery. Falcon. Oh!
Absolutely. Deadlift suplex from outside in. Look at that. Up. Oh!
Falconer.
So this is essentially WWE versus AEW.
Oh, true. I didn't even think. That's like the Viking Raiders or whatever, right?
Yep.
Basebuster
Then I'll-
goes out. Moonsault to the outside off the apron. Uh-oh. Nick Jackson is in a... Whoa! Double catch, double powerbomb on the... Wow! Incredible strength by Nick. Throw, catching Matt. Leg lariat, powerbomb.
I was reading that guy on the right's name is Dick to go. Like,
Yeah.
Dick that's to go, you know? I don't know. I gotta fuck up.
Dick Togo is very good, but I don't remember how much they let him show here.
Oh, that was the guy with the
Bird mask, yeah.
Chuck.
Rick Knox got taken out.
Face powder.
Oh, he's got the salt.
Oh! Now Justin makes it into the ring. Oh! Oh, he breaks the finger of Justin. He's breaking all the shoulders. Oh! He can't count. His fingers are broken. He can't count.
Well, and sometimes there's a little extra stuff that happens at the end. No, I don't think either will be. No, okay. Because the way that they ended that last match, I was like, that's very open-ended. There's going to be an additional part at the end, and there wasn't.
He can't.
Like,
his fingers are broken.
and that's like the kind of stuff that's on like so many independent wrestling shows. There's like little comedy spots. There's a whole shit ton of ridiculous spots. There's like strong style, ridiculous high flying, innovative offense. There's just no storylines most of the time because it's month to month shows.
Okay, that makes sense. You want to have like
So it's like the people who are like, I need to know why they're having this death match. It's like nobody knows why they're having this death match. It's violent. People like violence. That's why they bought the tickets.
No, that's cool. That's
So what were your thoughts?
I mean, similar to what you said, like there's a lot more of those like crazier spots as far as like, high flying stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
Jesus, that other guy was getting like murdered. So that's obviously different. That was, I mean, I've seen some like, nothing I've seen compares. That's some hard shit.
Yeah.
I don't even have words for that. It's nuts. But just like, I don't know. I like the, I don't know if it's the right word, but like the more like almost aggressive style of it. Like it seems more like fast paced and like kind of like has like a more, the matches feel like they're more like intense, aggressive kind of feel than the stuff I'm used to watching, I guess, if that makes sense. At least from the clips that I saw. Obviously, I wasn't watching full matches, but, and those are, you know, the clips are meant to go kind of fast paced, so that'll speed things up a little, but even still, like, I don't know, it just felt like there was a lot more, like, going on. But, and then obviously, like I mentioned before we even started, it's always cool when you see, you know, familiar faces and stuff. So to see like McIntyre, Keith Lee or whatever is really cool too. So, and I think like I think that's one of my biggest issues with WWE is how they will just obliterate the potential for like some like, crazy good people. Like there's a couple people I can think of off the top of my head that I think should be like astonishingly bigger and or whatever. Like, okay, so I understand one of them, right? So like Ricochet, like can't talk.
Yeah.
We all know that. That's unfortunate. But he's ridiculous. I'm like, give my man some
He's
help.
so good.
Give him some help. Let him figure out what's going on in the mic. You could have been like huge. Like you remember, like at least for me, like I remember being it. Like I know, obviously you're older. But, like I remember when Rey Mysterio was like the big thing, like on SmackDown, and then he was doing stuff with Batista, and then like there's just like,
that was prime wrestling.
Like, and Rey Mysterio was just doing like shit, and like I feel like he could have been like this era's version of that if they had just
very much
him. So like, you know what I mean? So like that's my point being like that's the stuff that frustrates me. So like for you to explain to me that they built up a match for 2 years, like that's so cool. Like there's so much thought and like so much that like because they like actually give a shit and want a good payoff, not just like, oh, we want to make money. This, like so I can really appreciate that.
Yeah, we had Nick Gage drop a cameo for the podcast like the week before all this happened, and he was like, RSP, I'm gonna carve him up. I'm gonna take my razor blade and I'm gonna dig into his face and leave a mark so every morning when he wakes up, he knows that the god of this shit did that to him. And I was like, hell yeah! And then I watched it and I was like, oh, he really did that.
My man's kept his word.
Yeah. So with that, I think you dig this stuff. I can totally send you more stuff if you're interested.
No, absolutely. Please do, because I'm about it. And then we'll have to figure out, like, you'll have to show me, like, when is a good time to watch certain things. Like, just, I mean, like, I can't watch it religiously. I don't even do that with stuff I already watch. But, like, if something comes up, like, let me know, because this is crazy.
Yeah. So, Mike, do you want to plug any of your stuff? And then I'll do the outro for you right now.
Yeah. I guess I gotta go with these two parts. Sorry, I'm being shitty. But anyways, I have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/The Rapid Cycle. I do a variety of things on Twitch. I do a music podcast, which is typically on Mondays, changing the format a bit. But that's the thing. We play games on there, variety of those as well. And then every other Friday, TJ and I go on there and do Bands That Slap, which is really fun. We pick bands that neither, has heard, and we give basically like genuine reactions and then grade them on a report card basis, which if you know Just Plain Filthy, you probably already know. So I'm being redundant, but if you didn't, now you know. So we do that as well, but it's a lot of fun, and if you want to check that out, and yeah, hopefully we can do some more of this, and if not, catch us on Bands That Slap.
Yeah, and as far as Just Plain Filthy goes, you can find us on Instagram and Twitter at JPF Podcast. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/JustPlainFilthy, and on TikTok you can find us at Bands That Slap. So, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for checking out this awesome wrestling that I have bestowed upon you. And definitely check back later. We might do a part 2 down the line. Who knows?